This is the Wurkkos HD02, and Wurkkos did graciously send me this light. Thank you, Wurkkos, and we're going to put it through our full suite of tests. But first, let's talk about the specs real fast. So this guy is claiming 3,200 lumens out of a 21700 battery that's inside. And as you can see, it looks a little bit different, and it is a chunky boy. I know I say that a lot lately. I have a lot of chunky flashlights, but this one is very, very chunky. It feels weighty in the hand for sure. So up front, you've got an SFT 70 emitter right here, and then you also have another emitter, and then you have a little tiny one. So what that is you have your main white light, you have a UV light with two different modes, and then you have a green laser. Love a green laser just because it's cool. So that's not all. You have all of those front emitters, and then you have these two side emitters. So these are wings. They turn on when you open them up, just like that. And in these wings, there are a bunch of cob LEDs. And you can change the color temperature on those, which I think is super cool. I'm just going to demonstrate it real quick. It's a double tap, and then you see the color temperature changes till it blinks. Double tap, put it wherever you want. I like it like right there, say, and then I can just close them, and that's where they're going to stay. Also, I do a double tap, and it's going to get me, everything out of it. Or if I just press and hold, that's going to dim it all the way down. Or you could press and hold again and come all the way up. I think the max lumens out of this is 400. I'll put it up here if I'm incorrect. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head, but that's what it is on those side emitters. They're interesting because they just close. There's nothing really holding them on there. You can just pull them out and put them back in. But that's kind of neat. I've never seen that before. And then it has this switch from Wurkkos, which they've been doing a lot on a lot of their new flashlights. So those are your selectors. Your middle one is obviously that main white light, which is super bright, by the way. They did a really good job. The claim is 3,200 lumens and 330 meters of throw, I think. But the calculation is more like 290 or 300. But we'll get to that outside. And so that is your main emitter. Very good. Love the SFT 70. I think it's a good emitter, good kind of well-rounded one. And then if I want to go to the laser, all I have to do is just switch over. And there's my laser. You can see it's on me. Very cool, very good long distance laser. And then I can just switch back all the way over to that UV. See my not white teeth. And the UV works great. And like I said, you have two steps, a low and a high. Put it in the middle, put it wherever you want, and turn it off and turn it back on. And that's how it works. Kind of cool. It has a big old pocket clip on it. I don't think you're going to be carrying this in your pocket. It's just too big for a pocket. But it is USB-C rechargeable, like most lights these days are, as it should be. And this, it's cool. It does have that little quarter thread down there. You could put it on like a light stand, and then you could spread these wings out, and you can light up a pretty good area. They don't go all the way up, but they do go up a significant amount. So if you had this up high, say in a tent, you're camping or something, this thing would work pretty good, which is kind of neat. And then I will open the battery compartment up, and it's just very simple. It's right in the middle. It's got a little magnet on the back. It actually takes your battery out for you. 5,000 milliamp hour, 21700, standard from Wurkkos. It is double sprung in there as well, which is nice. I like to see that. Has the O-ring in there. Should be IP68. Fingers crossed. We will test that very soon. But yeah, last thing is it is magnetic, which I actually really like with this one, especially with these wing lights on there. That's super cool. I think that's great. It's just such an interesting light from Wurkkos. Tons of different features on here. Looks kind of neat. Like I said, very chunky, would be a great striking implement, or I could throw it in self-defense if I needed. But ultimately, we need to see what this looks like outside, because that's what matters. So let's take it out and see what those lights look like. Got the HD02 out here. This is its main light, and we're just going to go through the main light modes. And there it is, ramping up. Double tap, and that's everything. Oh my gosh, it's so much light. The spot is huge on this. This is a ton of light. And let's bring it all the way back down. And that's your lowest mode there, which is plenty of light to search through the shed. My goodness, that is a ton of light. All right, a little fun here. Here's the laser. I can see the laser here. It might be very hard for you guys to see it, but I can see like the line of the laser, which is super cool. Love a green laser, gotta say. And then here's the UV light. And there is 2 settings. There's 1 and 2, and it definitely lights up quite well. I mean, it reaches all the way to the back of the shed with a UV light, so that's pretty awesome. But this main light is definitely, yeah, definitely more than enough. We're out here with the HD02, and this is it on its lowest mode. So we're just gonna slowly step this guy up, and there it goes. My goodness, this is so much light. That is everything. The 100 and 200 meter trees, this one and this one, are absolutely no problem. I mean, it's nothing, and I'm definitely seeing that 220 meter tree, which is way over here if you can see my laser, and it's insanely impressive. Like, this whole street is lit up. This thing is wild. Tons and tons of light coming out of this. Really impressed. Great job on the main light on this guy. All right, so now I have the UV light, and it does have 2 different modes. Goes up and down. You can probably barely even see it out here. You can see it on the sign over there. But it does light up quite a distance, which is pretty impressive for a UV light. And you've already seen me demonstrating the green laser. This thing is awesome. That's my 50 meter tree, 100 meter, 220. I can see the laser. This thing is freaking cool. Love me a green laser. Now we're gonna go to the side lights that pop out here. That's just one of them. And this is on the warm color temperature. I will turn it, that's all the way up, and then this is both of them out. So it does light up quite a good area around you. Very impressive. The wings only go up to there, which is kind of odd, but it does light up quite a good area. So again, let's go down to 1 and all the way out. All right, we're going to throw the HD02 in the water for 30 minutes. Should be fine. I believe it's IP68 rated. Let's find out. 30 minutes is up. Let's get this guy out of here. It's been a little over 30 minutes, actually. And it's still working, but let's see if there's any water intrusion, and then we will go right into drop testing. All right, the Wurkkos HD02 had absolutely no problem in the water testing. There is no water in any of its emitters. I'm actually very impressed with that, especially with the kind of rectangular lights. They usually have issues with the front seals, but no issues here, so I'm going to turn it on. It's just normal white spotlight, and we're going to drop it. It's a chunky boy. We'll see if it survives. Here we go. Man, that took a hit. Wings starting to come out. Man, still on. I'm impressed. I am very impressed that it's still on. Let's see if everything works. Double tap, that turns on. Turbo turns off. Green laser looks fine. UV looks good, both modes. Side lights still turning on. I am very impressed, Wurkkos. Let's take it to the roof. All right, it is raining a little bit, but we're going to drop the Wurkkos all the same and see if it survived. See ya. Ooh. Okay, I have the Wurkkos after the drop testing, and it works. Color me impressed, and not easily. This thing is awesome. I now love this flashlight because it survived off the roof. A full direct hit right on this front plate. You can even see, hopefully my camera will focus on this, but this is totally bent down now. It took a hit. And just for the internals to survive that, maybe it's because there's so much between it. There's so much aluminum. But that's also the reason I thought it would die, because it's so heavy. But it survived, and I'm impressed. I am very happy. It had one little weird thing when I turned it on. It turned on like this light and the laser at the same time for like, I mean, a split second. But it still goes turbo, goes into green laser, goes into UV, everything. Everything works. Side lights work. I'll show you all. They all turn off, turn on, everything. Everything works. I'm so impressed because this is such a large light. I just didn't think it would survive. Honestly, I didn't even think it would survive the waist and head height drops. and it did. Good on you, Wurkkos. I mean, they did a great job. I love that magnet on the back too. I think that's great with these side lights. What a versatile, cool little light that they've made here. You get a lot for this package, and you get something that's pretty robust. It's one of one. I always say that. But hey, mine survived, and I'm glad I get to keep using this because I thought I was never going to get to use it again. I kind of early on, just when I first got it, I was like, oh, that's going to break. Because I like to think that I know pretty well what's going to break and what's not now. But I am surprised. And good job, Wurkkos. So if you guys want to pick up an HD02, which I recommend, especially with it passing all those tests, and with all the lighting options you get on this thing, if you only need one light, maybe if you're not going to pocket carry it, because it's not ideal to pocket carry, but you could, you know, winter in pants and stuff, it's doable. But if you only need one light, this thing's got a lot of different lights. If you're an instructor, this would be a great light. Love to have a green laser, like firearms instructor stuff. You can point stuff out. That's always useful. The side lights, you know, I love the quarter turn addition on the bottom there. We can just kind of light up an area. Probably great for camping. That's probably what I'll do with this light, is use it for my camping setup. But good job, Wurkkos. Yeah, the link is down below. Helps the channel and goes to a great light. So go pick one of these up. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that. I really appreciate all my subscribers. I'm over 1,000 now, so big thank you again to you guys. And we will see you guys on the next one. I get to blind you with this one.